l'époque, tu avais aussi dit que le parc Disneyland était le plus beau parc Disney créé. Tu l'as réitéré il y a quelques instants. Pourquoi penses-tu cela? So way back then, you said that the Disneyland Park was one of the most beautiful parks in the world. You just repeated that a few minutes ago. Why?
Well, it's a combination of things. I think the climate, which can be harsh, also allows you to grow things that we can't grow in California or Florida. So as you walk through the park, especially right now in the springtime, it's spectacular. The landscaping is spectacular. Our forests, our hardwood forests in Frontierland, are more beautiful than California or Florida, and it's the youngest forest. It already looks just spectacular. So I think landscape has a big part about it. And then what I just shared with you about Main Street, that example, we everywhere in every land we thought that way. So for instance, in California, the Astrojets were up high in the air, in Florida too. And we put them on the ground here, which gave us the extra money to do all the beautiful ornaments on it. So it became a very gorgeous sculpture. And so those kind of ways of thinking about the whole park were very important to make it far more spectacular, because we are right next to the most beautiful city in the world, Paris. So we had to live up to that.
Alors encore une fois, le climat de la région n'étant pas toujours clément, ceci dit, ça aura permis d'autres avantages, comme par exemple la végétation, qui peut pousser de façon plus originale par rapport au parc qu'on connaît aux États-Unis. Donc ça rend certains endroits de notre parc, comme Frontierland notamment, beaucoup plus intéressants, beaucoup plus immersifs pour l'expérience de nos visiteurs. Et comme on disait tout à l'heure, par rapport à Main Street USA, il restait beaucoup d'argent pour travailler sur le détail. Et c'est vraiment cette attention au détail qui a fait la différence du parc Disneyland, car ils ont pu vraiment investir sur des décorations, des sculptures qui viennent adorner maintenant Main Street USA. Et après tout, nous sommes à côté de la plus belle ville du monde, Paris, donc il fallait que notre parc soit quelque part plus spectaculaire que les autres.
Aujourd'hui, tu t'occupes de Disneyland Park en Californie, et justement après avoir créé Disneyland Paris, qu'est-ce que ça fait de s'occuper du lieu où tout a commencé? So today you're in charge of Disneyland Park in California, and after having created Disneyland Park here in Paris, how does it feel to go back to the one that started all?
Well, you know, I think, and I missed talking about Hong Kong, but it shares a lot with Disneyland. Hong Kong and Disneyland in California are built the same, and they both are, like I say, very charming. They're both well, Disneyland is the only park that Walt Disney ever saw, which is amazing considering all that we've done, and we still think of him. But I grew up with Disneyland, so it's my backyard. And to get to play in your backyard is the best thing a kid could ever do, you know?
Alors justement, Disneyland en Californie, Disneyland Hong Kong sont vraiment des parcs charmants. Et revenir sur Disneyland, c'est comme revenir sur son terrain de jeu d'enfance, puisqu'il a grandi en allant à Disneyland, donc aujourd'hui il en a la charge, donc c'est quand même une opportunité fantastique.
A short one.
Yeah.
Alors Tony, nous n'avons plus de questions pour toi, mais cependant, nous avons eu beaucoup d'internautes qui souhaitaient te poser des questions, et certains sont sûrement dans la salle parmi nous. Donc nous allons laisser la parole à nos collègues ambassadeurs qui vont un par un te poser ces questions que nous avons sélectionnées.
We had questions given out through Facebook fans, so we've gathered some of these questions around, and we have selected a few, and they will be told by our Disney ambassadors here. So, folks.
All right. I think I'll move down here then. Okay.
Oh, a Disney fan from Belgium, Alexander, asked, back in the 1960s, you had the opportunity to meet Walt Disney. Can you tell us about the experience?
Okay, I was...
I'm going to translate if anybody is not French. So Alexandre de Belgique posait la question dans les années 60. Tu as pu rencontrer Walt Disney. Qu'est-ce que tu peux nous dire sur Walt?
Okay. How about German? Anyone need German? I forgot the question. Okay.
So back in the 60s?
Yes, I did have the opportunity to meet Walt Disney. I was working at Disneyland as an ice cream vendor, scooping ice cream. And Walt would come every Friday after work, and he would stay in an apartment over the fire station on Main Street. And on Saturday morning, that was his fun time. He would get one of the cars on Main Street fired up, and he would drive all around the park, and he would visit various areas. And I never thought that he would come to a humble little ice cream stand, but the word went out that he was coming, and so we had to work very hard to clean the area up. And then I saw him moving towards me, and I had all these ideas I wanted to share with him. I was going to tell him all these things that we could do, and I wanted to be a part of it. And then I felt his hand on my shoulder, and he said, "Well, how are things going with you here?" And I said, "Just fine." Missed opportunity.
Alors Tony avait commencé comme cast member dans la restauration, il servait de la glace dans les parcs. Et Walt Disney avait l'habitude d'être dans son appartement à Disneyland, au-dessus de la caserne des pompiers, à l'intérieur du parc. Et le samedi, il aimait bien prendre un des véhicules de Main Street, faire le tour du parc, aller à la rencontre des visiteurs et des cast members. Et un jour, on savait que Walt Disney allait arriver, qu'il allait côtoyer certains cast members. Tony était très content de le rencontrer, il avait tellement de choses à partager avec lui, tellement d'idées à lui fournir. Et tout à coup, Walt Disney est arrivé, il lui a mis la main sur l'épaule, il lui a dit « Alors, comment vas-tu aujourd'hui? Qu'est-ce qui se passe ?» Et il a juste dû répondre « Ça va ».
My sister got to ride Small World with him, though. She was younger, she was 12, and when I would come to work, she would come in and I'd sign her in on my card. And so she went, she saw him going to Small World, and she said, "Can I ride it with you?" He said, "Of course you can." She and her girlfriend, one on either side, went through, and then at the end he said, "You want to go again?" And they said, "Of course." And he said, "But you have to sing. This time you're going to have to sing." So they sang the song, and then he gave them a picture and an autograph and tickets. So she still has those to this day.
I'm officially jealous.
I am too.
Me too, actually. Donc la sœur de Tony a pu rencontrer Walt Disney, ils ont fait ensemble l'attraction It's a Small World. Donc il l'avait vu à l'attraction, il lui a demandé est-ce que je peux faire l'attraction avec vous. Donc, bien sûr Walt Disney il a accepté, il avait Walt, sa sœur et une copine de sa sœur. Ils ont fait l'attraction une fois et à la fin Walt Disney a demandé est-ce que vous voulez le refaire. Donc bien sûr, donc, ils l'ont refait et Walt leur a dit par contre cette fois-ci il va falloir chanter la chanson de l'attraction. Donc ils ont tous chanté la chanson et à la fin du tour, Walt Disney leur a remis une photo avec un autographe et des tickets pour le parc, et d'ailleurs ils gardent toujours un souvenir de Walt.
One more. I had to work. You could say that. You had to work at Disneyland, scooping ice cream. My sister went to the big football game on New Year's Day, and Walt was the Grand Marshal or the president that year of the bowl game. So she went down, she's 12 years old, she says, "My brother had to work at Disneyland and couldn't come here to see the game today, so would you sign the program?" So I have a signed program saying, "Tony, I thank you for working at Disneyland, and I'm sorry you weren't here to see the football game today, Walt Disney."
Wow.